Hello, this is Chris Descato with Salamander Designs, and I'm happy to be showing you today our Arc Table Designer. So if you have a login, what you'll see first is you'll see the ability to create different designs. Right now we have a cabinet designer, we have a seating designer, and we have an Arc Table designer. You probably just see the cabinets and the Arc Table. So to start a Arc Table design, just press configure this product. And then it's going to ask you to name the product. So I'm just going to name this test. And then it's going to ask you what price level would you like the output PDF to be at the start. And I would always recommend list price to start. Then you can add a project name here. So I can go over here and press new. I can add a project name right on the side. And then I can also select that. So then I'm going to press next. And you're going to see all of our different Arc tables from a 2-seater to a 10-seater. If you'd like something that is larger, please reach out to us at the email address custom@salamanderdesigns.com. Again, that's custom@salamanderdesigns.com. Okay, so I'm going to go through this. So you can see that's a 2-person, that's a 4-person, a 6, an 8, and a 10. Now I can also, you move around this just by clicking and dragging. I can go right underneath and I can see the wire raceway that goes the entire length of the internal arc. Now, also you'll see down here that we have 2 links. One is for our cabinet designer, that's the first one, and the other one is if you'd like more details on our office seating. Now, our office seating is done by our partnership with Human Scale. So I really suggest that you check them out. They make absolutely beautiful seating that's incredibly comfortable and also very environmentally friendly with products that are actually made from reclaimed materials from the ocean. So I recommend that you check out Human Scale, but also if you haven't checked out our cabinet designer, you can design a cabinet right here. Okay, so this is a 10-person. Now I can now add in seats here. So I'm just going to press the seating icon right there, and it's going to load in some Human Scale seats. So now I have a nice view of this with Human Scale seats. I can also turn on a cabinet. So now I can see a Salamander cabinet as well. So the client can get an idea of what a full Teams room would look like with a Salamander cabinet, some Human Scale seating, and of course our Arc table. I can still go and I can make these smaller and larger. I can turn back on the seats over here. So now they're back on. So anytime I change the size of the table, the seats are going to go away. I have to go back here and just press it on again. Now we have 4 standard Wilson Art laminates. Now these are all traceless laminates. So that means they're soft to the touch, they're fingerprint resistant, some of the highest end laminate that you can get. And it is the most popular laminates from our other tables. So that's the reason why we chose to use Wilson Art Traceless. So we have this available in black velvet, charcoal, silver velvet, and snow white. Now these are standard finishes. These are also available for quick ship as well. These tables can go from your design to a PO to shipping in approximately 2 to 3 weeks. So it's very, very quick. All right. So once I like the size of the table, I can now press next. I'm just going to click the seating to have that back on, and I can click next. So now it's going to ask me what cut-ins I would like in each section. Now, the first ones you're probably always going to want to do is add control grommet. If I click yes, you're going to notice a grommet appear right as centered as possible through the arc. So it's going to appear in slightly different locations in the most center section in order for it to be centered along the table. That is for your control panel. So that grommet is right there. You can see that black dot. Now, you can also add other options as well. So for example, I can add a wireless Qi charger. You have this little eye down there, and it can show you exactly what you're getting with that Qi charger. Then we have a new flip top, and this new flip top has 2 AC outlets, a pass-through for HDMI and Ethernet, a USB-A, and a USB-C for power, along with the Qi charger. Lastly, before we have the option of no device, we also have a custom cut-in. So if you click that, you can now put in a description of the custom cut that you'd like. You can also choose a file from your computer. So if you have the CAD for the cut-in that you would like to use, simply upload it here. But we do not need that now in order to get your quote and pricing. So again, you can put in any specifications here, put as much information as you need for that cut-in, and then you can just hit apply, and you can see now I have that red box around the custom cut. You have to make a selection for each section. So this first section, I'm actually going to say no device. So now that is it's no device at all. In the second section, I'm going to put our new KP11 here, which again has that pass through for HDMI and Ethernet, 2 AC outlets, a USB A and C, plus the Qi charger. And in the last section, I'm going to put just a Qi charger. Now I'm going to go back to this first section over here, and I'm going to change it. And you can see now you have that KP11. Right, so I can go back and forth. I can change it to whatever I'd like. Now, if you do not add anything, so if I didn't pick anything and I tried to continue, it's going to give me an error saying that I need to select something for segment 1. And that just means you have to select something, including no device, if you do not want a device. Now, the last option that you can select for each one is adding a microphone grommet. So if I press yes, you're going to see that a grommet now is right there. So it's right below the Qi charger in segment 1. And that is so if you wanted to place a microphone. So I could put those on any segment, but I can also put it on all segments as well if I'd like. All right, so now I'm going to press next again, and now you're done. So that is the entire process for creating a arc table design. So if you've been through the cabinet designer, you'll know that there's a lot more options with that one. With this, your tables are much simpler, so it's faster and there's less questions. Now, I can take this model number right here, and that's what I would place on my PO. In order to get pricing, you want to press the download button, and this download button is going to give you a nice spec sheet. Over here, you have the width, the height, the depth, all the nice information there about the size of the arc table. It has our different cut-ins, and then it's going to have your list price. So this is list price, remember, because that's what we selected at the beginning. And it's also going to give you a technical drawing for this table as well. So going back to this page, if I wanted to get your dealer cost onto that PDF, I would press change price list, and I would go down to your dealer cost. Now you would only have 2 selections. You would have a selection for list price and your pricing level. Click submit, and now click rebuild configuration. So when you rebuild this configuration, what's actually happening is the PDF is being rebuilt in the background. So now if I was to press download again, you will now see dealer cost. Now, in order to get a quote, there's 2 ways of doing it. We'd like you to go up to the upper right-hand corner here and press quote. I can also go to request quote right here, and this opens up a new dialog box. And this dialog box allows you to put in your first name, your last name, your company name, your email, your phone number, your configuration number. Now that configuration number, if I was to go back to the other screen, is this right over here. So this is the configuration number for this particular table. So I'd want to put that right here. And with your question or message, here's where you can put any information you need to give us about anything that you were not able to accomplish in the designer that you would like us to quote. So for example, that could be another top. So perhaps your customer doesn't want one of our standard tops, but rather special order something else. You can put that information in there. Perhaps there's a designer or architect that you'd like us to reach out to in order to coordinate that custom finish. You could also put that information in there as well. You can also put information about other cut-ins or anything else that you would like to see on your table, and we can then get that quoted out for you. So lastly, it's going to ask you what best describes you, and you can put that information in right there, hit submit, and that'll go to our team that will allow you to get a quote for your design. So I wanted to thank you for listening to this tutorial. Now go and try it yourself. And if you have any questions at all, you can always email us custom@salamanderdesigns.com. Thank you.